Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Selena. If this is your first time watching, today I like to talk about my misfortunes with people because most of the things that happen to me are really funny and, like I said, unfortunate. But less than a month ago, probably a month ago, about a month ago by the time I upload this, I almost passed out at a concert. Now I know some people are probably thinking, that's not that big of a deal. I get like lightheaded. People always pass out at concerts. I've been to a lot of concerts in my day. I say that like I'm like 85, I'm literally 18. I've never had something like what happened to me happen, and I don't know why, I have no excuse for this, I always wanted to experience it, but fortunately it never happened. And since it did happen, I never want it to happen again, because it was the worst thing that ever happened to me. Like, I felt horrible. For all those wondering where I was at an All Time Low concert, my fourth time seeing them. Then I went back the next day and saw them my fifth time, I know. So let's start this. I had went to the concert with my mom, my friend Mackenzie, my cousin, and a family friend named Juan. My mom and Juan had stayed at the back of the concert, which is okay because all time low crowds, they do get really bad, which is, I still love them. It's not their fault. Everything was great. You know, the Rex came on, I fell in love when I saw them. The water parks came on, fell in love with them when I saw them. Swimmers came on, they were cool, but didn't fall in love because that's just not my type. And then All Time Low came on, and you know, when you're at the back, I wasn't at the back, but we were kind of in this mid-range. And by the time Swimmers came on, we kind of moved forward a bit and kind of to the middle, and I was like, oh, I'm fine, I'll be fine, because I usually am fine. Every other time I've seen them, and every other time I've seen every other band, I've been fine. Something just changed in me this concert. Something just changed. Unfortunate. For the worst. My cousin's younger than me, so I wanted to keep her kind of safe, and I wanted to protect her. This isn't your fault, by the way. This was all my fault. I wanted to make sure she was having a good time. Mackenzie had left us. She was at Barrier, having a great old time. Which is okay, Mackenzie. I understand. I understand, Mackenzie. It was great. It was great. And then Backseat Serenade came on. And before Backseat Serenade came on, which is probably midway through their set, I was kind of like, oh, it's really hot. I was like, I hope my cousin's okay, so I don't have to move back, but I'm fine. I swear, I'm fine. I wasn't fine. I should have taken, because I didn't eat anything before I left, and I didn't drink any water. Those are both of my mistakes. Do both of those things if you're going to a concert, unless you're Mackenzie, because she like eats like once a day somehow. This girl is, how? Backseat Serenade comes on, they're like, hey yo, put some people on your back or your neck. You know, that's definitely how Alex Gaskarth talks. But it was like, I want you to turn to somebody, put them on your back. And I was like, well, neck, but I'm short, so I was like, get on my back. I turned to my cousin, I was like, you want to try this? And she was like, sure. And I was like, this is gonna be fun. She got on my back, I was fine. We were great, we were having a great old time. It was amazing. And all of a sudden I just started feeling sick. And I was like, I'm fine though. I was like, I really am fine. Like, I really did feel fine. And I know that's like, everybody's like, what do you think you feel fine, but whatever. You should have listened to yourself. Whatever, I know I should have listened to myself. Let her off my back. They're talking, doing their bants and stuff. And then about a minute or two later, just as they were playing the next song, which I can't remember what it was, I was like, something's not right. Usually, last time I saw them, not last time, but the time before that, on the Future Hearts tour, I felt kind of like this before, so I was like, oh, I'll move back and I'll be fine, because I started getting really hot, and I was like, and I do not do well in the heat for some reason. I just don't do well in the heat. So I was like, I'm just gonna move back and we'll be fine. But when I started moving, the world started moving with me, and not in the way you think. Like, everything just went, like, nothing. It was like, it's not real. It doesn't feel real when it happens. I start pushing through people. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. If you've never been to the Fillmore venue, which you probably haven't if you don't live in New Jersey or Pennsylvania or whatever, they have a barrier on the side that kind of separates from the bar, from the standing area, and all of a sudden I get to that, but I don't know I'm to that, and I started pushing somebody into it, this guy into it. I was just like, he's like, there's nowhere to go, and I was like, I'm so sorry, and I just laid down on it, and I was like, this is the moment I die. And like, I felt fine when I started laying down, because I think that the rod was cold, so I was getting coldness into me. But then I was like, all right, I gotta go sit down somewhere. So I started moving again, I know there were way more people there than it felt like. Like, I don't remember pushing through people. So like it's super weird. So I was like pushing through people. I was literally like swimming through people. And if you've ever played Heavy Rain, there's a moment where Ethan is at the post office, I think. And he's kind of walking around and he's like bumping into people and they're just kind of like and falling, and that's what I felt like. Like, imagine that, but in real life. But all of a sudden I keep walking, my cousin's behind me, and I get to the bar area, but I don't know I'm in the bar area, and I just kind of plopped on the ground. I didn't pass out. I was blacked out at this moment, so I didn't know what was happening, and I couldn't see, couldn't feel, nothing felt real. It was like a dream, and I was sitting there, and I just had my head in my hands, and all of a sudden, good guy security guard comes over, making sure the youth isn't drinking illegally, comes over and tells me I can't be there. And I'm like, and I was like, well, I didn't say I would move. I was sitting there and I was like, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I just need to stay here. And he was like, well, we need to take you somewhere, like to like the medical area. If this man had just left me there, I would have been grade A. Nothing that happened after that would have happened. I was gonna stand up and I'm like, I can't, I will be fine if you just leave me here. And he's like, you gotta move. And I stand up and I'm just like, he's calling somebody on his little walkie-talkie thing and he's like, there's a girl out here who's gonna pass out. And I was like, can I sit down? Can I sit? I was like, I was just saying that. And he wasn't listening. I don't care if you're on your freaking stupid walkie-talkie. Listen to me because I'm literally gonna pass out and then I'll be on mute. And he goes, all right, go sit over there to this little seated area that had about 20 seats. I go and, as I'm walking over there, I did not feel right. I will warn you, this is about to get gross. I will put a little, I'll tell you what, if you can skip over this because I'm going to mention throwing up because that's what happened to me. I went over. And as I'm walking over there, I started gagging. I haven't thrown up since sixth, seventh grade. So I was like, I'll be fine. I like most of the time when I feel sick, I'm just like, ignore it, ignore it, ignore it, and I'm fine because I've ignored it. This time, no. I got over there and I sat next to some woman for some reason. I could have sat literally anywhere, and I decided to sit next to this woman. Like I sat like a seat away from her, and I just sat there and I threw up. And it went from a little bit to a lot. And I don't want to be gross, but it came out my nose a little bit. And so I felt really disgusting and I did not feel good about myself at that moment. And I walked out because this man with a red shirt came over to me and he was like, follow me. And I didn't know what was happening. So I didn't know. They kept telling me like, follow him. And I was like, I would follow him and I'd be like, follow me. And I'd be like, okay. And I finally got out of the little concert area. I got to these couches, which was their little medical area, which is fine. And he's like, go sit over there. And this man could have brought something with him because like there was just nastiness all over me. And I just felt like the worst thing in the whole entire universe. I felt like I was literally garbage. It does not feel good. But this woman who was working there in the medical area, she was like, oh, do you need anything? Water? I was like, oh yeah. She was like, here you go. And I was like, oh, thanks. And I was like, can you text my mom to my little cousin? And she texted my mom. And she was like, oh boy, what do you need? I was like, give me water. Like, that's all I need. That's all I really need. Because they only gave me a little cup of water, which was fine, I guess. Mother comes out, and she's like, I was like, yeah, I know. I was that person at the concert who didn't make smart decisions. Good news is I went the next day, and I had a grand old time. We got to Barrier, me and Mackenzie, again, Mackenzie. And it was magical. I caught a rose from Alex. I was just, be smart when you go to concerts is really the moral of the story. Don't be an idiot. I hope everybody had a great day and had a great time listening to this story, and please tell me how stupid I am. Make sure to like this. Make sure to subscribe for more horrible stories of my misfortune. Have a good day.